Okay, tech fans, how you doing today? We need you guys to subscribe if you haven't done so. A lot of you get a lot of useful tips from me, so I do ask you to subscribe. We're trying to get the channel to 1,000. Okay, subscribers. That's all we need, and keep going from there. Thanks you very much. We do have memberships. Okay, if you want to hit that membership, we have everything pretty much. We also have affiliate with YouTube. So when I do products, I will show you, and you get a little commission from it. But it helps the channel, so I can get some stuff. Because I like to get some mini PCs, like HP Elite, stuff like that, so I can do some more testing with Linux and other operating systems. Show you what to do. Okay, very knowledgeable tech I am, but I'm all here to help. Now, enough of that. There's a nagging problem. Printers, network printers, especially if you're using a wireless network only and you're not using Ethernet cable. Okay, I have no Ethernet around here, but you know what I mean. Okay, so everything is wireless. You should have a wireless network. It's easier. You don't have all that cable clutter. Unless you have network closets. Network closets are like Spirit Closet, where you can run network wires through the ceiling down to the jacks. You would have jacks, you pre-wire jacks using. You'd have to terminate the ends, and use a tool you have to use unless you get pre-made jacks. But it's better you learn how to do it, because a lot of companies, that's what they expect. But a lot of that's going away, and everything's going to wireless. So you might want to think about that. But the network printer, the main thing is you go to print. Right? You can print and somebody else can print. That's what happens with Windows. It still has a problem. Where Linux, Chrome OS, and the Zorin, they can see the network printer. They say, we have a brother network printer. It's old, but it still sees it. It puts the driver in there. Boom. Yeah. Where Windows could do the same thing, but it doesn't do it, and sometimes it gets the port wrong. So in this case, it was the wrong port. Well, I mean, wrong IP address at the end. It was wrong. And how did it do that? Who knows? But it did it. So you can correct that. Sometimes that doesn't fix the problem. You have to create, use a TCP/IP and port it that way, so you know the address of the static IP address should be in your wireless printer setup. Okay, and you can bind that in whatever gateway you're using or whatever router you have. So you set it as static IP. Okay, so otherwise it'd be automatic DHCP, and you wouldn't want to go that way, because that could change. If it changed, then the printer will never print. When you hit print, it won't print. So you have what I might have. I might have dual network. We're thinking about switching to 100% fiber, because the fiber was a trial to see if I could upload faster, which I can. But switching between two networks is a nightmare. But it's good to have a backup in case one network goes down. They all go down. There's maintenance updates and all that stuff to expect from these fibers and the cable and the gateways. They have maintenance. So they're gonna shift. They're not gonna be on all the time. It's gonna be where one drops and the other one kicks in. That's when you go to your computer. Wait a minute, why am I on fiber? Why am I on T-Mobile? I should be on fiber. You see, it jumps. So expect that to happen more often. Pretty much every night it happens. Back to the printer. So the Chromebook can print, no problems, but the Windows PC is an issue. Okay, and Microsoft for Windows 11 or someplace during the Windows 11, because Windows 10 you had like this interface where you can see all the printers. You can right click on it, and like a little graphical icons, and then you can get into the configuration that way. Yeah, but in this case it's Windows. So like you're mapping, so you're gonna map the printer by IP address. Okay. There's a feature inside the control panel. Here we go again. We have to go back in the control panel for most of these features. and or bring up the printer interface. They make it very difficult. I know that they're trying to use the Copilot to help you and help you fix problems, but a lot of you don't want to do that yet because you're not used to that. You're not used to having the computer working in such a way that you won't be able to do anything. But that's where they're going with all this. But anyway, get a map to printer, okay, with the IP address, and set it up, and it should work. Once you do that, run a test print. If it works, great. Then it worked. It might you have to do it a couple of times before it kicks in. It's a lot of these printers are very temperamental and they don't kick right away. Now the Canon has its own interface. Still wouldn't work. The current Canon interface would not work on the girlfriend's laptop. So I had a legacy. I kept when you create a NAS, and you should have legacy drivers. So I had the legacy Canon driver on it from 2021, and that worked perfect because it creates the interface, and it actually it doesn't actually, it finds the printer and sets it up for you. So it's like a binder, but that has to run down in the tray all the time because that's the way it has to do it. Then you can print. But hey, that's the main thing, is the print, right? Not every PC is like that. Yeah, so that's how you troubleshoot the printer. If the printer doesn't print, paper jam, it's usually the roller. I used to fix all those, take those printers apart. The jam, the roller. They have some stuff that you can spray. It's like it's not an oily residue, but it's like a refresher, enhancer for the rubber. But eventually you have to replace those rubbers to pick up a roller. You have to replace those. They don't last forever. But you're not going to be printing thousands and thousands of sheets of paper. So, yeah, like that. But paper jams, you got to clear out those jams. And that's a good sign that something's not right with the printer. Yeah. Should you take the printer back? If you just got that and you got a lot of paper jams, yeah, something's going on in there. You just don't know what it is. You better take it apart. It's not a fun job to take a printer apart and fix the problem. Okay. All right. If you found this helpful, again, hit the subscribe button and like the video. We're trying to get up there. Okay. All right. This is the 28th of February, and we'll see you next month, which is March. That's it. Okay. Here's my